Hi, I'm Snez, personal trainer, healthy lifestyle coach, and your guide to feeling your best. This podcast is a segment from my weekly radio show, Wellbeing Wednesdays, broadcast live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. It's all about sharing real, practical tips to help you move more, eat better, and live healthier without the overwhelm. Let's dive in, shall we? Coming up next, going to clear up a common myth. And this is the myth that eating clean or healthier is harder than eating processed food. Now, I actually think it's the absolute opposite. I think that eating cleaner is simpler, it's faster, and it gives you better feedback from your body, which makes being healthier so much simpler. So let me explain how this works before you sort of go, what are you talking about? How can that possibly be? So let's say you're trying to eat on the go and you grab a healthy so-called nut bar, and then you look at the back of the packet. Now, this is something that you should be doing. So clearly, if you're not looking at the packet and not taking responsibility for what you're eating, then fast food probably is going to be simpler. But if you have a look at it, you will see on the back of the packet there's ingredients that you can't pronounce. There's numbers, there's gums, there's syrups, there's oil, there's preservatives. And even though it looks like healthy food, to your body, it's completely different. It sees it very differently. And to your body, this highly processed food, and I'm using nut butters, but it could be, highly processed yogurt, or it could be any of those foods. It could be takeaway, highly processed bread, any of those foods. When you consume them, your hunger cues get messed up. So your body will also have blood sugar spikes and crashes, which is going to mess with the rest of your day, the way that you feel, your energy levels, that you'll have those highs and lows, which makes focus so much harder. Also, you won't feel satisfied generally with food. So it means you'll be looking for something else pretty soon after you've finished that nut bar or whatever other muffin or whatever other processed food that you can think of that you probably go to quite quickly as a go-to snack or a food. Now, the thing is that, yes, it may seem simpler in that moment, but the impact of it is so much greater that it does take up more of your time. It affects more of your day. It contributes poorly to your health, which takes up more time and effort to unpack and then undo. Whereas instead, if you just grab a handful of almonds, a piece of fruit, and some yogurt with chia seeds, for example, there's no labels. You can see what you're eating exactly. There's no confusion to you or to your body. It's whole food. They're real foods. And your body knows exactly what to do with it. So the whole food comes with fiber, which slows down your digestion and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. There's some good quality proteins in there as well. There's vitamins and minerals in your body that your body can actually absorb and utilize for numerous functions, healing, repair in your body. And also you'll find that there's a natural satiety signal. So, which that basically means that consuming that food all the way from chewing on that, which is going to take you that little bit longer, chewing on a handful of almonds or some carrot sticks or something like that, is going to take a signal from your body that says, okay, there's food coming in, there's nutrients coming, and then your body's satisfied with the nutrients that have come in with those almonds and fruit and yogurt, and it means that you eat less without even trying to eat less because your body gets what it needs. And the best part, you don't have to count anything. You're not counting calories. You're not worrying about the salt content because it's not processed food. It's raw, healthy foods. And also you will find that it will satiate you and for a longer length of time, which means that you have more stable blood sugar levels, which means that you can be more focused in your day, you can be more productive, and life just gets so much more simpler from my perspective anyway. So A common question that I get then is, well, what's for dinner? So if you're going to be thinking about, well, how can you simplify dinner? Because that can be quite complex, and it can be a lot easier to grab some already pre-made rice and some chicken schnitzels already crumbed in the freezer section and a coleslaw salad that's already been pre-done. Like, I can understand how that would seem simpler, but how would you do it then? And the thing is that the most important thing when I think about dinner meals is I'm thinking about putting together the food groups that need to come together for that meal, and not overthinking it or trying to recreate, some huge MasterChef meals, but just thinking about a clean eating formula, which is the one that I oftentimes share. And it's simple as, okay, where's the source of protein going to come from? And that could be, okay, we're going to do some chicken breast. And where's the vegetables going to come from? Well, I'm going to make a stir fry with those veggies. Where are the good fats going to come from? Well, we're going to put some sesame oil through the stir fry and going to include some nuts, some cashews in the stir fry as well with the chicken. And then adding a grain or a starchy carbohydrate in, whether that be some basmati rice or some brown rice. All of a sudden, it's a complete meal, but we're not having to overthink it and worry about what's in the sauces. And with sauces, with a stir fry, for example, you can really just get some base herbs and sauces. So I just keep it to soy sauce, fish sauce, maybe some coconut sugar, and then some coriander, some chili, some ginger, garlic. And all of a sudden you've got this most delicious meal, but it's all come from raw ingredients. And all of those oils, whether that be the sesame oil or if you're using olive oil, they've got good healthy properties in them. And then you're using the fresh herbs and the fresh spices, and it's just so much simpler. Yes, you may need some new recipes to help you to simplify that. But when it comes to vegetables, especially, like putting some good quality olive oil and salt and pepper and some garlic, any vegetable, put it in a pan and cook it up. It's so simple. And cooking up a lot of the meats as well, you just some basic rubs, black pepper, some salt, just keep it nice and simple and easy pairing all of these foods together. So other options for dinner could be some grilled chicken, some roast pumpkin, some rocket salad with some olive oil, and you can put some olives in that rocket salad and some tomato and capsicum. But all of a sudden it comes together pretty easily. So whether we do some pan-fried tofu with some another stir-fry with broccoli and some brown rice, really simple, or tuna, even just a can of tuna with a wrap and some salad, avocado and some lemon juice, rather than the different sauces that we can add to those wraps. You don't need 20 ingredients in everything that you consume. You just need a basic structure and just the fresh herbs, all the spices. Get yourself some nice collection of different herbs and spices that you can eat, as well as some clean olive oil, some good quality olive oil, some balsamic vinegar and some apple cider vinegar. Just keep it to the basics. But in between, adding some herbs and spices, maybe some butter with your cooking or some coconut oil if you prefer that flavour, you can really make some delicious foods through baking or stir frying and making it very, very simple. Now, the thing is that when it comes to, which is really interesting research, when it comes to whole foods, people who mostly eat whole foods tend to eat fewer calories overall without actually even trying, because they're satiated. The food takes longer to chew, therefore we register our satiety signals a lot quicker than when we're just eating something that's quick to eat and easy to eat that's heavily processed. So we need to understand that heavily processed food is engineered to override our hunger and our satiety. So it makes us feel hungrier more often because it's designed for us to buy more and more and more. And it's designed to also allow us to consume more and feel overfull, whereas it's a lot harder to do that with whole food, because whole food has built-in brakes when it comes to our satiety, and that's the fiber in it, the chewiness, the volume, the nutrients that you're gaining from it. So when you're eating clean, you're not just eating better, you're actually giving your body a chance to actually register that it's had enough. So that's not something that needs to be calculated or counted or weighed and measured. So even though you may think that buying something, a quick and simple bar or a muffin or something like that, you may think that that's a simpler option. I'm going to get you to question that thought and go back to your basics. Eat food that looks like itself. You don't need the labels or macros or a meal prep day. You just need a handful of real foods and just repeat the same. And that's enough to change initially how you feel, which will give you the energy to then make even better choices. Thanks for joining me on this segment from Wellbeing Wednesdays, as heard live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who might find it helpful and subscribe so you never miss a show. Want to catch the live broadcast? Well, you can tune in Wednesdays from 12 till 2 p.m. on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM, or find my info on Wellbeing Wednesdays with Snez, the Facebook group. Take care, stay healthy, and remember, it's the little choices every day that create big changes. Talk soon.